my channel, and if you're new to my channel, then a warm welcome to my channel. My name is Pooja and I make videos on food, health, lifestyle, love and more. So I've had people come back to me and tell me that they were actually missing my usual intro where I tell a warm welcome to my channel. So I'm so grateful that people are actually following me and know the pattern of how I talk. So in this video, I wanted to talk about a much requested or a topic that I have a lot of people come back to me and ask questions about. So it's intermittent fasting. So if you've been following me for the past year, 2020, I started doing intermittent fasting since March. So it's been 9 whole months. Wow, it's been 9 months that I've been doing intermittent fasting, and I didn't want to give any response initially because when the questions were asked to me, I was still new to intermittent fasting, so I was just starting to see changes in my body because of intermittent fasting. So any suggestion that I might have given at that time would have been too soon for me also to tell. So I wanted to prolong it I wanted to see how far I can how long I can do intermittent fasting, and then I wanted to give you guys an informed insight of how intermittent fasting works, what is intermittent fasting, what are the benefits of it, just basic information about intermittent fasting. So if you're new to intermittent fasting, or if you want to know what is intermittent fasting, or you want to try intermittent fasting, then I think this video might be really helpful for you. I did a lot of research. Anything I do, I actually do a lot of research before doing it. So of course for intermittent fasting, I did do a lot of research. So I will link all those links in the description box below. Please do check them. Please do read them thoroughly and see if it's going to be something that will suit you, and then please make an informed decision. And also I wanted to tell you one more thing. If you have any medical condition, then please check with your doctor if you can actually start something like this, because at the end of the day, this is something that's going to make positive changes in your body, but I can't guarantee that it's definitely only going to be positive for you. So please have a check with your family physician or your general doctor. Please make an informed decision. What else did I want to say? Yeah, don't forget to hit that red subscribe button and the notification bell right next to it so that you don't miss out on my upcoming videos, and the next time I post something, you will definitely get a notification about it. Alright, so without further ado, let's get into the video and check out the video. So the reason I decided to do this video was when I was doing my own research for intermittent fasting, I used to refer a lot of multiple videos on YouTube, multiple articles on Google, so many studies and their physical proofs and all that. So it took me a while to get all the information that I actually needed, and I was feeling, why not make a video where all this information is available on one single video so that you don't have to go check out multiple videos. So that's the reason I decided to do this video. So the first thing is, I wanted to know what was intermittent fasting. So intermittent fasting, I thought also was a kind of a diet like keto or something like that, but no, intermittent fasting is actually not a diet. It's actually a way of eating. It's a pattern of eating. So basically for a person who does intermittent fasting, the day is separated into two periods. So there's fasting period and there's eating period. So you only eat during the eating period. You don't eat anything during the fasting period. It's as simple as that. So there's really nothing that's restricted during the intermittent, like when you're doing intermittent fasting, there's no food that you need to restrict like other diets. So basically, yeah, it's not a diet. It's just when you eat, it's not what you eat. So yeah, this is what is intermittent fasting. So the next question I had was, what really happens to your body when you're doing intermittent fasting? So from the various studies that I read through, the various articles that I read through, I found out 3 major changes that happen. So again, this is an answer that I'm telling you according to the studies, okay? So the first thing is the HGH, which is called the human growth hormone. This increases by many folds when you're doing intermittent fasting. So human growth hormone, the more they are available, the more fat you will lose and the more muscle you will gain. So human growth hormone increases by many folds, which in turn leads to fat loss and muscle gain. The next thing is the insulin level in the body that's present in the body decreases. So you need So you only need a particular amount of insulin, right? But basically, because of all the junk food that we eat, I think everyone will have a little bit of an increased insulin level. That insulin level will decrease. So when this happens, the fat that's stored in the body, right, it's more readily available for usage. So when there is more insulin, the fat that's stored just remains as fat. It's not burnt, it's not used. But when the insulin level decreases, those stored fats get used up more, gets burnt more, and that, again, is connected to fat loss. The third thing is cellular repair happens. So I'm sure you would have heard a lot of doctors, a lot of health specialists, a lot of nutritionists tell you that when you sleep at night, that's when your cells repair, right? So the same thing happens with fasting as well. So you will be fasting for a particular amount of time. So you're not giving it any food, right? So when the cells are not digesting your food, they have time to heal more. They have time to regenerate more. So that's what happens when you do intermittent fasting as well. So yeah, these are 3 major changes according to the studies that one will notice in the body when they are intermittent fasting. So the next question I had was, what are the benefits or advantages of doing intermittent fasting? So this answer I'm going to give you truthfully, what changes I have actually noticed. So the first thing is weight loss. Yes, I did lose quite an amount of weight. I've lost like 11 kilos till now, and so I'm not gonna talk much about weight loss because I was doing exercises as well. So I'm not gonna give the whole credit to intermittent fasting, but yeah, it was a major reason for my weight loss. The next thing that I actually noticed was the energy level just soared up. So there have been multiple occasions where my husband would come to me and tell me, "You've done so much work since morning, and where the hell do you get the energy from?" And this would be at 12 o'clock in the night, that's when he would be asking me, because I would still be active. Sometimes I would be hyperactive. So yeah, the energy levels have soared up. I don't know to what level. So you will find another major change that happens in your body is increase in energy levels. There is a definite decrease in craving of food. So I am someone who craves something sweet immediately after a meal, especially chocolate. But believe it or not, it's been 4 months since not even 4, I think more than that, since I've even forgotten about chocolate. Trust me, I've just forgotten about chocolate. I'm not craving chocolate. I'm really not craving junk. Can you believe that? I am a person who needs pizza every week. I used to be, and not I am. I used to be a person who needs pizza every week. I used to love my Domino's cheese pizza and my biryanis. I'm a big biryani lover. But I don't know, I don't know. Sometimes my husband asks me, "Are you really not craving anything?" I'm like, "No, I'm not craving anything. I would be really happy with the food that I'm having." So I'm not trying to say that I'm just eating leaves and raw vegetables. No, I'm eating yummy food. But the thing is, I'm not craving junk. So you will find a lot of your food cravings come down because of intermittent fasting. Another thing is a boost in metabolism. So there is a good digestion that happens in your body. So yeah, when the metabolism is good, your energy levels will increase, right? So these are all the changes that I personally felt and I've experienced and I'm still experiencing. According to the articles that I've read, apparently intermittent fasting also increases the fat burning hormones in your body, which I think is really good. And yeah, I think because of the increase in energy, your stress levels are also actually, I forgot to mention this. Yeah, so my stress levels have been balanced. Oh, another important thing is there is hormonal balance as well. So there's weight loss, hormonal balance, stress balance, there's increased energy levels and lesser food craving. So these are the 5 benefits that I have noticed, and when I actually went ahead and studied them up, these were actually some of the major changes that many people have noticed as well. So yeah. So the next topic I wanted to cover was what not to do during intermittent fasting. So there are multiple varieties of intermittent fasting. The most common thing is 16:8, wherein 16 hours the individual will fast and the remaining 8 hours he or she will eat. What I do is 14-10. So 14 hours I fast and 10 hours I eat. Doesn't mean the 10 hours I only keep eating. I'm just saying if I'm eating, it's going to be done within those 10 hours. I'm not going to eat after the 10 hours. So what I do is, sorry, not what I do. What I wanted to tell you was what not to do during intermittent fasting is, there's no point if you fast for those 14 hours and then the first thing you eat is biryani. There's absolutely no point. You're not going to gain anything out of it. So make sure you eat the right kind of food. You make sure you eat the healthy kind of food. So there's absolutely no point if you fast for a particular number of hours and then you immediately go and binge for the next remaining hours of the day, right? So this is one thing that you definitely don't need to do. Don't binge eat during your eating period. Eat at moderation. Eat whatever you want, but make sure the quantity is at moderation, and it's healthy food as well. So yeah, please don't binge eat during intermittent fasting. The next topic I wanted to cover was what kind of foods that you can eat during intermittent fasting. So like I said in the beginning of the video, intermittent fasting doesn't have any food restrictions. You can eat what you want. But the thing is, like I answered for the previous question, there's absolutely no point if you eat junk during your eating period and then you do fasting for the remaining time, right? You're just not going to see any positive difference in your body. So what I would suggest is try making healthier choices. Try making mindful choices when it comes to your food. So you can of course eat rice. Trust me, I eat rice on a daily basis. So that's nothing, that's definitely not going to hinder your weight loss process, because trust me, even dietitians these days are recommending rice. So rice is good. You can eat rice, you can eat rotis, you can eat dals, fruits, vegetables, you can eat soups, salads, what else? Seeds and nuts. You can eat these kind of things. What I would definitely tell you to avoid is junk. Just avoid junk food, processed food, fatty food. All these kind of food you can avoid and you'll actually get the benefits out of the fasting. There's absolutely no point if you do fasting and then continue eating your junk food at the side as well. Yeah. So make sure you're making mindful and the right food choices. One question that I keep getting asked by people is what I eat to break my fast. So I've made a video not dedicated for intermittent fasting. It's covered another topic, PCOS. So please go and check that if you've not seen it. So there I've actually in specific told what I eat to break my fast. But I also wanted to mention it here. Once you're done fasting, don't drink like your usual coffee or tea with milk, because that will obviously have sugar. So you've been fasting for say 14 hours and then you start your day with a coffee which has sugar. That's just going to shoot up your insulin level. That doesn't make sense, right? So what I do is I eat maybe 3 to 4 tablespoons of roasted peanuts. Again, that's not roasted in oil, it's just plainly roasted. And I also have some badam. I have whatever nuts and seeds that's available, which doesn't have too much natural sugar in it. And I also have my PCOS drink that also doesn't have sugar. But if you are not in drinking any of those kind of drinks, then you can definitely have green tea, or you can still have, if you're a coffee or tea person, you can have black coffee or black tea without sugar if you can actually consume it. Or you can just break your fast with a ball of nuts, wait for maybe an hour or something, and then you can have your coffee. So by that time your body is ready for the food that you're going to put inside. So my advice would be, please don't break your fast with milk coffee or milk tea. Don't have a breakfast donuts, breakfast muffins. That's just not going to help you in any way. So make sure you break your fast with green tea or warm water with lemon. That will help you too. A bowl of nuts, seeds or peanuts, something like that. So break your fast with some simple food like this, wait for an hour and then have your normal food. That's going to be fine. That's absolutely fine. All right. So another question I get frequently asked is how intermittent fasting has helped me with my food cravings, because the closest circle of people that I have, they know how much I crave for sweet in the sense not milk sweet. I'm not talking about the sweets that you get in the sweet stalls. No, it's like I crave muffins, I crave not muffins actually, I crave brownies, I crave anything chocolate, I crave for ice creams, I crave for chocolates, I crave for pizza, biryani, I crave for KFC, chicken, popcorn. Yeah, my cravings are really weird at times. But how it has helped me with intermittent fasting. So first I'm going to give you the scientific explanation. All right. So what happens when you've started intermittent fasting? Say you've been fasting for a month. What happens is your body would have actually flushed out all the toxins from your body. The body would have flushed out all the toxins, right? So what happens is there's no more fat or there's no more excess fat that needs to be burnt. Only the fat that's needed for your body is there. So what happens is the energy consumption moves from fat to your cellular level. The energy that's there in your body will be coming from your cells directly. So that is why there is an increase. That's why I say there is an increase in the energy levels of your body. All right. So this in turn, what happens is, since all the toxins have already been flushed out, when you put in more junk, your body starts rejecting it, because there's no more toxins that's going to accompany the junk that you're going to give to your body for digestion, right? So your stomach is fresh, your stomach is clean, it's like a newborn baby. So you give it junk food, it's definitely going to reject it. So this is the scientific explanation that I've given. As a family, we stepped out and we went to a hotel, and I don't know, I ate something that's maybe a tad bit oily. I don't remember actually what I ate, but I think that was a tad bit oily. I think oily or spicy. I came home and I straight ran to the washroom because my body just started rejecting that food. So yeah, that's something that I have recently noticed, that my body is not accepting junk anymore. So when all this happens, right, once you start eating mindfully, trust me, that will lower your food cravings automatically. So the next topic I wanted to cover was, how is intermittent fasting different from the famous diets that's available in the markets. So like I've already spoken about it, intermittent fasting is not a diet, it's a lifestyle change that you make. So for example, the diets that's available in the market right now, they need you to make particular food choices. So I can talk about my own experience. So I was on keto, I think in 2018, for maybe 2 to 3 months. And during keto, you are not allowed to eat any form of carbs. You can't eat bread, you can't eat rice, you can't eat roti, you can't even eat potatoes. Forget it. So any form of carbs, any form of starch, you're just not supposed to eat. According to keto, you're only supposed to intake fatty foods, because it has some explanation behind it. I'm not going to get into it. So I was only allowed to take fatty foods. Same way, there are so many other diets also in the market that actually need you to restrict on a particular kind of food and intake only particular kind of food. But that's not the case with intermittent fasting. You can still enjoy the food that you really like with intermittent fasting at a moderate rate. So yeah, this is how intermittent fasting differs from other diets. It doesn't restrict you to consume only a particular kind of food. You can enjoy the food that you eat. Like I said, I am eating rice on a daily basis, but I also make sure that I eat my daily proteins, daily minerals, and all those things. I think that I will cover in a separate video, but yeah, you can enjoy the food that you really like with intermittent fasting. It has no food restrictions whatsoever. Final question: who can do intermittent fasting? If you're someone who's struggling with weight loss, if you're someone who's looking to increase your energy levels naturally, not taking any supplements, who's looking to increase your body's metabolism, who's looking to make a positive lifestyle change, you can definitely go ahead and try intermittent fasting. Again, like I said, please consult with your physician, your general doctor. Sorry, not your general doctor, your family doctor, before starting intermittent fasting. People who are breastfeeding, people who are pregnant, and people who are underweight, please do not try intermittent fasting. Basically, you need your calories for your body, right? So don't do that. This is something that I want to put out there. Please check with your doctor before you're trying anything with your body, because of course it's your body. You don't know how it's going to react, right? Hopefully it's going to react in the positive way like it did for me. That's why I'm sharing all this. But please check with your doctor before starting intermittent fasting. But I'm sure it's just going to be great for you, as it was for me. So yeah, those were all the topics that I wanted to cover about intermittent fasting with you guys. I hope I've covered everything that's possible. And if you still have any questions, please go ahead and mention them in the comments below. I'll try my best to answer them. And whatever articles or studies that I refer to, the YouTube videos that I refer to, which actually helped me, I'm going to link them all down in the description box below. So please don't forget to check that. And yeah, I hope this video was helpful to you. I hope it was informative, and I'll see you next week with another informative and fun video like this. So before that, don't forget to subscribe so that you don't miss out on my next week's video, and the weeks after that. I have something really exciting coming up. So yeah, I'll see you next week with a new video. Until then, bye from Pooja.